Hello and welcome to the Mythical RC range of how-to videos. Today we're going to be rewinding a pull start from a Thunder Tiger 0.12 or 0.15cc engine, Thunder Tiger Pro engine. This is slightly different to other pull starts in that the spring is in the spool. And in other pull starts the spring is actually in the back case. You'll see on one of my other videos I rewind an HPI pull start, which is the other way around to this. So hopefully we'll cover both bases by doing both pull starts. I'm going to be using Kevlar cord. This Kevlar cord is almost unbreakable and it's for sale on my website, which is rcscrapyard.com or on eBay. And if you look for this sale at RC Scrapyard, you should find it there. Okay, so we're going to be rewinding this this pull start, and we're going to make it work again. One thing I will say is that in this case the spring is already in the right position and it's wound onto the coil. If you need to rewind a spring and you're not sure how to do it, really, this is the way to do it. So this is an old spring I've got here, just to give you an idea of how it works. I should wear gloves for this. I do have plenty of cuts on my hand from doing this already, but I'll try and give you an indication of what to do. So the way to rewind a spring is literally to start bringing it round. I'll try and show you this on a video. It's very difficult under a camera, but I'll try and show you. So start to bring it round so that we start to make the coils on the spring, and then we'll hold one end. And as we hold one end, we'll draw, whoops, it's gone already. There we are. As we hold one end, we'll draw the other end through until the loop gets tighter and tighter, and then wind again and keep on winding until we get to the point where, sorry, excuse me hitting the camera, until we get to the point where the loop is small enough. There we are, do a bit more like that, until we get to the point where the loop is small enough to fit inside the pull start. I'm going to stop there for the purpose of the camera demonstration. Come on, where'd you go? And once it's small enough to go inside the pull start, all we need to do is just grab it carefully with a pair of needle nose pliers like that, and then we position it into the spool. Once you position it into the spool in the right place, if you hold it in position and very carefully loosen the pliers, it will then uncoil and settle into position in the spool. The same principle works for this type of pull start as it does for the other type of pull start too. You just put it in the box instead of in the spool. So let's get this one going. So using my Kevlar cord, and I seal the ends of the Kevlar cord, by the way, purely to stop it from fraying, because it's much easier to work when it doesn't fray. So we're going to put the handle in first. There we are. And get the handle to go in first. So the Kevlar cord is in one end, it's in the handle. These lengths of Kevlar cord, by the way, are 55 centimeters long, which I find is absolutely adequate for pull starts. So the length I sell it in is 55 centimeters. Okay, we're going to do 2 knots in this here, 1, 2, just to make sure it doesn't pull through. And you might wonder why I've got a piece of old nail here. This is because on this pull start the original retainer has been lost. So by using a piece of old nail and just wrapping the cord around a piece of nail such as that, what it means is that when we pull, I'll hold the handle here, when we pull the cord back into the handle, there we are, and push it into position, it just holds the cord in place, and you can see that there, holding it in place quite nicely. Okay. So now we turn to the other end of the cord, and this is the interesting bit. We mustn't forget to put it into the box, otherwise we'll be in trouble. So it goes through the hole into the box, into the back box, and then from here on a Thunder Tiger it's quite simple. So what we need to do, what we're aiming to do, is get the knot inside that little square box. So from here it's literally poking it through the hole. There we go, nice and simple. And again, we just tie a knot. I'm going to tie 1, 2 knots this time, just to make sure it doesn't go through the hole. 1, 2. There we are. Nice big slip knot on there. And you can see that, there's the knot. Okay, and that will stop it from pulling back through the hole. You don't want to make this knot too big, because if the knot is too big, you'll find that when you put the bearing in the hole, it won't allow the bearing to fit in. This one's actually fine, you can see it's fitting in there quite nicely. But if you make it too big, then the bearing won't fit. Okay, so having done that, we now need to position where the spool is going to be in the back box, and make sure we wind the cord in the right way. In this case it's going to be this way round. We don't need to worry about making this too neat, because when we put the tension on, it will neaten itself up. Okay, and that's done. In fact, I'm going to have to loosen this off, because what I need to do is I need to position that spring, as you can see in the middle there, into the hole and against the slot in there, which means it's going to be loose. So I'm just going to work here and use a little screwdriver here just to poke it into position. Let's see if I can get it into the hole, shall we? And there we are, and that's in position. But you can see there, even though it's tried to spring, we need to put tension on the spring. So the way that we do this is quite simple. I'm going to pull the spool out slightly, so there's a bit of tension on the spring, and I'm going to put my little tool in here. This tool, by the way, is just a pointy tool that I've made myself, but you can use an old nail or a piece of piano wire or even a paper clip. And then, having done that, I'm going to take the wire, take the string, and I'm going to hold this end, but as I turn it, I'm going to bring it around the spool, but the spool is going to move with me. So you'll see that as it comes around there like that. And we're going to go right round, and I have to hold it in position to stop the spool from returning. So excuse me while you can't see much, but hopefully you'll see it there. I'll put it in the spring, one, and we're going to go around twice. And oops.